I've worn glasses for years, and I would take a yearly exam, and each year would go by and my eyes would get worse. And it came down to where I was on call one particular night, and I run into an emergency call to where I could not see the address. And that's when I thought something's got to be done. And when I went into that scheduled eye appointment, the eye doctor told me himself that my eyes were drastically declining. And he literally told me that if I waited 6 months, I wouldn't see. The time that this surgery had to come about, I had just bought a home. You know, with me being a sole provider in my house and the only driver in my home because my wife does not drive, I got concerned and worried about, will I be able to afford to get this done? And if I couldn't, where would I go from there? I am Roger McDonald, and I work for Liberty Military Housing. I am a Tech 2. We do all repairs in the homes, appliances, AC, heat, anything that needs to be repaired in the home that a resident requests us to do, we do. This community means a lot to me. When I come into work and I roll into my neighborhood, the kids all greeting me. I call the residents and they greet me and welcome me into their home. Just the respect I get from the residents and my team makes me want to come to work. I love it. Without glasses, I couldn't see anything. And, you know, it comes down to my job requires me to be on the computer, driving. Your eyesight is very important in this job. And without that, you don't have a job. The glass underneath my eyelids had formed a thickness and a deterioration to where it hardened in a grayish color. So therefore, when I took my glasses off, that's why I was seeing nothing but gray. The surgeon gave me 3 options. He gave me an option of the surgery to be able to see far away, which was a certain amount of money out of my pocket that insurance didn't cover. And they gave me another option of reading option of, short distance, which was another cost out of my pocket, or I could do both, which was another cost out of my pocket. And he gave me a choice to make, but he definitely told me it had to be done as soon as possible. The Give in Liberty program I heard through Claire, my district manager.
When Roger told me about his struggles with his eyes and the things that were worrying him about what was upcoming for him, I thought this is where I would want my contributions to go, right? To an employee who is an exemplary employee, who brings his A game every day. And then he started, talking to me about how he was going to need some time off to have some surgery after he'd been to the doctor. In speaking about it, it sounded like it was going to be a significant amount of time. He was going to have to go out on a leave of absence, and we're all working people. I don't think anybody on this team has a trust fund, so it's, I was a little concerned about how he was going to make it through.
She told me that when we got back into work on the next morning that she would sit down and help me file all the paperwork for Giving Liberty, and we'll get it sent in and see where we go from there. And it wasn't long after that, she called me back and said, Giving Liberty is sending you a check for this amount. And it was a relief for my wife and I because that money went right back into the funds we had to pull it out that we was tight on. So I immediately actually put her on speakerphone so my wife Kate, sitting next to me, could hear what she had to say. And when we hung up from that phone call, I think we were the 2 happiest people there was standing in the world that day. It changed everything. So it set me up for surgery, and I had the surgery done. It was all paid for, knowing that while I was off at home, my bills were being taken care of, helping with my bills too, because I did not have time off. After the surgery, they could only do one eye at a time. And I woke up that morning, and I got up and I went into the kitchen to make coffee, and I had to look out the window, and my right eye I could see completely across the river, and this eye was blurry, and I was like, are you okay? Am I feeling all right? And it was just an amazing feeling. And I had to actually speak up. Kate, get up, come get your coffee. And by the way, I could see how many sugars I put in your coffee. And it was awesome. I have no problem with seeing, get right to the address, and and just, it's made my work a lot easier, and it's made my personal life a lot easier. The Give in Liberty program, what they did for me, I could just give all of them a big hug. This company is amazing to work for. They make sure that we have everything that we need so we can progress in life. You know, after this eye surgery, you know, people say open your eyes and, you know, look ahead. Well, now I can do that. I can actually look to see where my future is going to be. And it's definitely going to be with Liberty.